The Baptist Health Rehabilitation Institute is now in its 5th decade of healing in Little Rock. It's been a long journey with many components, all of them coming down to what the therapies housed there can do for one patient in their moment of greatest need. Sincere Tonsil with another story of recovery tonight as BHRI celebrates 50 years. Sincere.
Well, this really is a celebration that's happened in 1,000 different moments over the BHRI's many years. An arm lifted without assistance, a sentence that isn't slurred. Those two things were major milestones for one wife and mother in Pulaski County after she developed a rare syndrome that only affects about 6,000 Americans every year.
This time last year, being surrounded by beeping medical equipment wouldn't have fazed this young nurse. Shaylin Calloway never thought she'd be in need of a lift to get from a bed to a chair at just 31 years old.
And my feet and my kind of knees down were tingling. I just thought I'd sit in a chair kind of funny. And so I was on a call shift, so then I was kind of slow. I went to go lay down in the call room, and then the next morning when I woke up, it was tingling from like my waist down. And again, being kind of in denial of things as a nurse would be, I was thinking like I slept funny.
Soon, there would be nothing to laugh at, as what this mom of 3 knew as her normal life disintegrated into a fight to regain any movement at all. Those tingles were teasing at the advance of a medical monster.
That night I tossed and turned and just felt a lot of discomfort in my hips, and then the next morning when I woke up, that tingling sensation had rose to my neck, like swallowing. I felt kind of like I had used throat spray, like numbing throat spray, and I said, okay, something's wrong, and so I went to the ER.
Calloway was able to walk when she arrived at the ER in early March, but when she was transferred to the Baptist Health Rehabilitation Institute, the only thing she could move independently was her left arm. Guillain-Barré syndrome, stealing almost every action that used to be second nature. With Guillain-Barré, one's immune system turns on the body, attacking peripheral nerves with devastating results. An exact cause is unknown, but it's thought to be precipitated by a vaccine or bacterial or viral infection.
Essentially, it's nervous system and eventually muscles, and so it just continues to fight a virus that's not even there anymore. And so I didn't get a vaccine anytime previously, so they're assuming, being a mom of 3, I probably had some kind of virus that I don't even know I ignored. And then a few weeks later, essentially, that's when the symptoms starting of like the nerve tingling.
The BHRI put its now 50 years of expertise into helping Calloway through the plateau phase of Guillain-Barré, in which the descent of function shifts into battling symptoms stabilized at their peak, and then shifts again to gradual improvement.
So when she first got here, she was by far one of the worst cases of Guillain-Barré that I've seen since I've been here, and I've been here about 3 years. So she was to the point where she could barely open her mouth and speak.
Now, after hours of deliberate decisions, ease of conversation has returned, and muscles suddenly rendered useless or remembering their power, dispersing some very real demons that haunted Calloway as she pushed through therapy.
Would I walk again? Would I be able to be home alone with my kids again? And so it did seem like so far away or never.
So we try to motivate patients like, this is why we're doing this. We're trying to get you to a point where, hey, you can stand up, or hey, you can get down to the floor and play with your kid on the floor. There was a time where I told Shaylin that I'm like, I know it seems crazy, we're trying to get down to the floor, but this is what we're getting. This is what we're working towards. Everything has a purpose for why we're doing it.
Calloway got to ring BHRI's bell with purpose when she'd recovered enough to leave inpatient care, smiling right alongside the 3 children she once worried she couldn't ever parent again in the same way. Moving may still be a little different, and it may still require a little coaching, but all the steps are forward.
Right now, long before you may need the kind of help that Shaylin Calloway's received, BHRI's therapists want everyone to know you really get out of the process what you put in. If you ever develop an illness or have a terrible accident, commit to the process even when things seem slow and there's no advancement. The harder you work, often the more you can regain. Bob?
Sincere, incredible story. Thanks very much.